What do you do, for your for the balance? What are your interests in life?
As I said, I was very interested in the international aspect of the world, the people, the cultures, the food, the dress. So at a very young age, I started traveling. Not young, I think when I went to university, I started doing that first with a backpack, and then, of course, going into far more luxurious and more comfortable ways of traveling as well. But each one had its pros and cons. Also, I should travel single a number of times, and then I found that there's a whole world which just opens your it makes you far more broad-minded, far more appreciative, far more you start absorbing and imbibing a lot more by watching other cultures and actually living there, walking the streets, uh, and smelling the air and getting a taste of the place. That became almost like a passion and an ambition. And I met a 95-year-old lady who inspired me and said, there's a whole world out there, and no matter what people tell you, you can go out and travel. And she had done 195 countries, and she's still alive, and she's still a great motivator for me. And she said, son, don't listen to what they say. Just go ahead and see the world. And right now I'm at 122 countries, just by sheer passion of traveling. Yes, sometimes it's a bit of a box ticking exercise, saying I've been to that country, because you don't have that much time, but you might revisit some of those countries at a later stage in life. So I've joined the Centurion Club, which is people who've crossed 100 countries. So travel, instead of looking at it as a chore or at work or something else, you can actually make it a passion, and it grows on you, and you find like-minded people. And so that is one of the things I did as a hobby. So I would plan my leave around weekends, around long holidays, and I was never in town when those holidays came around. And so travel was one. The other that came with that is cooking, cultures, very much into that. Languages, I've got about 3 or 4 now. With that came the need for mobility. So I've looked at residing in a couple of countries, and I've picked that up. With that comes learning languages. So hand in hand, what was just a passion for travel has become a very international focus, and a pastime and a passion. So that's one of the passions. The other one was, I was never very athletic, but I thought there must be other kinds of sports. And I got into things like motorsports and driving and racing, because it gave me a different sort of rush. And I realized that I do have a bit of a race at work, but I've obviously not made that a be all and end all. But I enjoyed racing, and I started getting on the tracks and racing cars. And that was something I'd never done. I never thought I could do. I never thought I'd have the guts to do it. But again, that's another passion that came in, and Dubai allowed me to do that, and I was fortunate. So once again, balancing out things which were pastimes, making them into passions, and making the time for that on your weekends, etc. A bit of photography, and these sort of interests came into my life, and that helped me balance out and keep my sanity. Otherwise, I'd be completely a workaholic, which is not what I mean. I'm not made out to be a workaholic, and I don't profess to